Good morning and happy Thursday. So today we are on Thursday. We are on the last stretch here, and we're talking about the safest deposit box. We have deposit box. I think maybe some of you can relate to the fact that when we have something really valuable, we have this box in the bank, in the bank, where you can have it kept away in a vault just for safekeeping. And that's one of the ways some people keep things like gold and things that are very, very valuable, like family heirlooms and stuff like that. And so it basically, this lesson takes us to Matthew 6 verse 28 and 33, and it's addressing the issue of worrying, because we worry too much. We worry that if I spend this money this way, what is going to happen? If I do this, what's going to happen? We worry too much about the future. And here Christ is really telling us not to worry, to trust him. And since we are talking about money, we may be afraid to give as much as possible to the cause of God because you're concerned what's going to happen to me tomorrow. But he tells us to consider the lilies of the valley and the birds of the air. Like, for example, let's talk about the lilies of the valley, the lilies. And we say that he says that and yet I say unto you that, in verse 29 it says, and yet I say unto you that even Solomon with all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. So those are the lilies of the field, and they are so beautiful, and it's God who keeps them and maintains them. And he goes on to tell us not to worry, but seek ye first the kingdom of God. And when he tells us to seek first the kingdom of God, he's really telling us, think first on the Lord and how we can return what he has blessed us with to his cause and to the Lord. It's not because God needs our money. He doesn't need our money. The silver is his and the gold is his, right? But he wants us to learn the spirit of giving and being a blessing to other people. And the more we give, and the more we give, the more we trust in him than in what we have. Because sometimes we trust in the fact that I have money, I have a job, and so you feel more confident, while our confidence should really come from trusting in the Lord. And that's really what Matthew 6 verse 28 and 33 is bringing out to us, and reminding us not to worry and to trust him. And we've been told here that if we give ourselves to God's service, he who has all power in heaven and earth to provide for our needs. So he's able to provide for everything that we need, and we really need to learn to trust him. And we can trust him by having this self-sacrifice and being able to bless others and not worrying about our means, like what are we going to do tomorrow, where are we going to get money. Just trust him and he's going to take care of us. The day we learn to trust him is when we'll really see how wonderful he can work in our lives. And he's really preparing us for that time when we'll go to heaven, because we've gone in trust. And we know that when we die, we don't go with anything anyway, and it's not our wealth that sustains us. It's really God who really sustains us. And we are asked in B, what is the most fruitful way to preserve our wealth? And in Proverbs 3 verse 9 and 10, it tells us, honor the Lord with all thy substance, and with all the first fruits of all thine increase. So shall thy barns be filled with plenty, and thy presses shall burst out with new wine. So it's really a continuation of telling us that we should really trust the Lord with everything that he's given us. Everything, whether it's property or money or whatever that is, or even other talents. I know today we're talking about money, but there's so much that God has blessed us with, and we really need to be honoring him with our means, with the means that we have. So and we've been told here in the commentary here of the Signs of the Time, or IBD, it's telling us, would you make your property secure? Place it in the hand that bears the nail prints of the crucifixion. Retain all in your possession, and it will be to your eternal loss. Give it to God, and from that moment it bears his inscription. It is sealed with his immutability. So let's learn to trust God with our means. And We are to make investments in heavenly interests and always work with heaven in view, laying our treasure up in the bank of heaven. So we have banks, I know we keep money, but we've been told to really consider keeping our trust up in heaven, because that's where we're looking. We are Christians, and we are on a journey, and we are on a journey to somewhere, and it's not this world. And so let's live like we actually believe what we say. And so that ends our study for Thursday, and it was a reminder of our safest deposit box and how to really pray about what to do with our means, and to ask the Lord how to guide us on how we should do it, and how we should be able to bless the work that is really waiting for means to be done, because there is scarcity. And it's not because God hasn't blessed his people, it's because we've become selfish and we have not trusted our means to him, and trusted the means to be a way of the Lord blessing us, because he has promised. And so as we end this, I pray that you have a blessed Thursday, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, when we can just summarize all this that you've learned this week. And yeah, so have a lovely day. Bye bye.